Welcome back, everybody. It's me, your girl, the Teal Empress slash High Priestess. Come on in, get in this big old bear hug. If this is your first time, I welcome you. If you're coming back, I welcome you back because this is going to be part two to the reading I did last week, which was titled "Who Are All These Masculine Energies?" So I encourage you, if you haven't watched part one, to pause here and go ahead and watch part one first. All right, so I am a master Reiki energy healer as well as a master energy reader, and that's what I do here on my channel. And y'all, I have sat with this whole spread that we've got going on here for the last week to the day as we speak. Because week to the day. So that's important. But what's so also important about this reading and how Spirit wants me to have this done, I've never done it like this before. But after I finish the part one reading, I always go watch my readings myself and see what's, Spirit saying for the collective. But what was so wild with that is I felt when we ended it that, that reading was done. But for whatever reason, we know now, Spirit said, we'll come back with and continue it with a part two. So, I've been busy over the last week, but I have thought about this. Spirit's brought it to my mind several times, this spread. And, I still gotta get out of that what Spirit wanted me to do this time with the reading, because the first reading was straight channeled. Even though I'm using the cards as a divination tool, it's straight channeled. Spirit wants me to lay the whole cards out, everything we used last time, lay it in a spread. So that's what I did. And he wants me to read the cards. I keep saying it. Spirit wants me to read the cards as a tarot card reader to you. There is something very important in both ways of reading that Spirit wants to show that both are divine, and that there's messages. It's very important that's coming out of both. Okay, so just how I'm here in duality. All right. So take note. Also, it's 2:40 on the clock. So it's definitely a time of balance, a decision being made for within the four walls, within boundaries, borders being set. And there's this date, July 28th, is a very important date. Spirit, why is that? It's going to be very important to you. Spirit said you will know why it's for you. For each, there is, so this is a collective energy reading. So not everything is going to resonate with you, but you will know what is for you. So if you found yourself here, you did not find yourself here randomly. All right, the reading has begun. So when we started off last time, what this energy was all about was the Hermit, okay? So, with this Hermit card, this is about, first of all, Spirit said that you have come down from the mountain because there was no service up there, okay? So, with the Hermit card, you went up high to this mountain, okay? So, this is a time that you're coming from, a time of you were being alone. You were really searching for the simple things in life. What really was, maybe you were asking yourself those questions. Really, what was important? I feel like you let like those, you're coming from a time where you let the outside masses, what they thought, whatever was coming in, you shut all that out. And you really went within. And so you're coming from that time. And so you've got that simple mindset. You understand that humility. You've got your own light. Now you have your own wisdom. You've really grown within. This is an inside job. All right, what's going on here? But now that you have this knowledge, you're ready to come down from the mountain so you can have service. To also, I think you realize that it's important, just as important, not only when you finally really know yourself, now you can step out. Now you can come back down and shine your own light and decide what choose what course you want to chart. Okay, let me get that out. The Spirit wanted just like that said. Okay, so that's what's happening. So you've come in from this place of being by yourself, introspect. You've got your own light. You know what's important. But now it's time for you to verge out. Okay, once again. So you're verging out now, but you've got your own light to light your path. You've healed from whatever this was, whether I feel like it's just healing as a person, maybe growing as a person, really just knowing yourself. Do you know how that is big, major work? This is big, major work coming from. So you have your own light lighting the way. You're fixing to come down the mountain. All right. So what's happening with this now that you're coming down the mountain? Okay, so you're the emperor. All right, but this emperor, all right, he's got the whole world in his hands. He knows what's important. All right, this is someone who still, although knows that just even the finer things are important. Okay, so but this emperor seems to have everything, but you see, there's nothing here. There's no feminine. There's no partner. And so although he holds the world in his hands, he doesn't have it all. And he's ready to step over and to share this world with someone. But this emperor, or not emperor, this other masculine energy here is the King of Wands. So what Spirit's saying is, now that you're coming down, you've got two options. This emperor is one who's all about material. It's important, like the finer things in life. And it's this kind of like picture perfect. He wants things picture perfect. All right. But this masculine energy is also, it's important to note that he is down from the mountain. All right. Because this mountain is, this volcano is erupting. So there is no service. The volcano is about to erupt, but you are still wanting, your passions. Your passions are more than just the finer things in life. This is a ancient, your spot. This is someone who has a throne in the ancient worlds. It's built just for them. A rightful spot away from the volcano. So I feel like at this time, the Spirit wants to know that this is where you're at overall. Okay, so naturally, this being Leo season, being the masculine energy, Spirit came into this this year telling us that it was, the masculine energy was rising, and he's bringing all this back. So how does that rise? He came from that Lazarus moment to determine he knows himself. Do you want to share your world with someone that's emperor, to actually have an empire? Because I feel like you do, but I feel like you want someone who's shares that same passion with you as far as the spiritual things. Knowing in your tribe, this is something that's like set in stone. All right. So this is the present energy, Spirit says. The Ten of Wands. Why is this? Because, all right, your ship sunk. All right. I feel like this whale representing the feminine energy saved you. Okay? However that is for you. Whether it was because the ship went down and the feminine energy left, like spit you out, but didn't, make sure you didn't die, but left you there close shore so you can, and she went on. And this is because with the Ten of Wands, all the things that she was carrying. And I feel like you in your own way was too. So y'all ships, both the feminine and the masculine, the ships went down. The feminine went her way, but you survived. Spirit also wants you to know that, wants you to recognize you did survive this. This was a shipwreck. This is humongous. This is, I mean, this is like you having to go through the whole motions, the boat filling up with water, being out there completely in the pitch black when this went down, because now the sun's up, and it's just now completely going down. So this was the dusk before dawn. But you survived it, okay? All right? And what's important to know, too, go this way, is not only you survived it, but this feminine energy did too. And what's happening is, in this card with this feminine, what's so important is back in this time, this era, for a feminine to really go and set out on her own, be this fortunate, you see, and can put all those things behind her. I mean, this was a feat. Women didn't do that, back in that time. So you're doing something. This feminine energy has left that ship, went off, and is doing something, put you to death, and is doing something her own way, something that she's never done before, something that people look at like, how is she going to do it? And but it's purity. She's got her own fortune. And this is a time after both y'all. So this is the masculine and feminine energy who has been through fucking hell or survived both. And here's to show it, the Ten of Swords. This Ten of Swords is such a brutal, okay? Says this is a brutal, violent Ten of Swords. Brutal death, violent death. This is, so many things have been written on. It's just, it's most Ten of Swords, you've been hurt, but this is, Spirit just wants me to just, I'm like stuttering, to understand this was such a brutal death that both of these people went through. Tragic things that's happened to them. But look at that clear, and this was meant to happen, okay? Wow, it's hard to say, the trauma you went through is meant to happen, but it was. Too, this was done by cosmic order. That's what's happening right here. There's a cosmic order happening. This is a complete rebirth, because this is with a brutal death. I just can't get over it. I keep hearing brutal, violent death. But this whole next line is so totally different. What has happened since then? Wow. Or what's going to happen? Spirit said, because, energy is fluid. This Ten of Coins. All right, this is something, Ten of Coins is something you've invested in, you've built to withstand, But what Spirit says is what has happened during this time with this shipwreck and with this lady here, these both energies, the violent betrayals and death that they went through, which was divinely ordered, was to build you up like this. What do you mean like this, Spirit? Because when the pyramids and this plate in gold, this is something that was so meticulously built and so powerful. Do you know how many centuries and how long this is withstanding? So you have done so much work. It's time now, Spirit wants you to rest. Because the work you've done is going to be able to withstand this next cycle for you. And here with this Queen of Cups, that's for the masculine energy. And here for the feminine energy, it's just the same thing. But this Queen of Coins is this woman right here. This depicts Harriet Truman. Harriet, I don't know the last, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but back in history, her name's Harriet. But she was very important in the movement rights for the slavery. But what was it? And women rights, big time women rights. But what's important is in everything she did, not just the household, not with just the cooking, not with just when she went out, in her community. Everything she did, she was healing. Okay? It looks like just this homebody mother. No, everything this woman did, she was growing, planting these seeds, growing, doing her work for Source, doing her mission. And I'm just brought to all this education, but she was educated. I see his books, but now look closer, it's jars of food that she's put up for her family. The toil and labor still with her hands. That's the education. Wow. That that's gonna last for generations because of the healing that's been done during this time. But Spirit really wants y'all to come down from the mountain to have service, because there's two. There's a divine union coming here. He knows that you're both the masculine and feminine energy is scared of this, but Spirit wants you to know that it is time to roll the dice. That's why he wants you to put it out there. Exactly what you want, exactly who you are. This is the end of a cycle, and he really wants you to roll the dice and put it out there. You are to be out there, masculine and feminine. Y'all are too. But what's going to come before that? Spirit says, and to obtain that, this is the last advice. Okay, wow. Alright, so this Five of Wands is about healthy competition. So, Spirit saying, wow. So, this is electrifying. Leo, you need to step out or be in this Leo energy. You need to come from the Scorpio, because you this death and rebirth. Sagittarius, just go to have fun. This is the energy he wants you to take on. Capricorn, because you're just you're loyal. You're gonna work hard. You're going to just dependable. Aquarius energies in here. Spirit wants to let you know too, because you've healed so much, you're going to be able to not hold on to something. This isn't going to be a codependency with that Aquarius energy. You're going to be able to just go with the flow. Ultimately ending in this Taurus energy, which is enjoying the sensual and pleasures in life. All right. But first with this, there's a Gemini energy that's coming through that needs to really see each other face to face. So this is also, I'm saying, competing as it's time to dress up again, flirt, put yourself out there. Yeah, like in a natural competing, Spirit said, yeah, like back in the day, like in high school, like, you need to put yourself out there, kind of compete for the one you want. Wow, okay. That's what's, wow, okay. Spirit says it's going to put the nail in it. Why? Because there is this King of Cups. This King of Cups is you think someone who thinks he's a dreamer, because he's someone who thinks from the soul. He's out there by himself though, so he can handle any element that comes his way. He's not afraid of work, and he's not afraid of being on his own, because he's got his own cup. And what's so significant is this mermaid. This is someone's totally different, but the same internal values. And they're both loners. You see this, because they're going to come together. Spirit says you're looking at someone. He wants you to look for someone like that. Okay, so because she's looking at. That mermaid's coming up to him while he's just kind of like looking out, dreaming. Maybe maybe she got there having him a meal that he caught himself, So I think Spirit wants you to look for someone more soulful, someone who can handle things on their own, a dreamer as well. Someone's not afraid to go catch and cook their own meal type deal, you know what I mean? And with this these shoes off, someone who is grounded within themselves, with being able to sit on their own rock. Wow. And to round this off, the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, what's so important is how pure this is. And let me tell you why. This is the depiction of Eva and Uncle Tom. Both of these are pure because, Tom can learn from Eva, because he sees she's pure. She's young, she's pure, she's not had that consciousness of that he's a slave, So she's teaching him how to read the Bible, and that's what she's teaching him. and it's pure, you see, and so that it's like there, you can still, there's, well, he wants you to take on like a childlike nature, learn something different. Someone's got something that they can teach you, um, and to see the purity in the other. Don't look at them like the world would look at them. See, they both look at each other as pure souls. This is a pure relationship. Like today, people would look at that as, we are. Amy got to say it because I don't plant the seeds. But really, what this depicts is her being pure and trying to teach him. And these are two pure souls that understand. That come together over this Bible. They plain and simple. I want you to take that and. I want to shine light on that. So that's what I got for you for to round this up. I'm so excited to come to you face to face, but it's late, as you say, late at night, and I don't come we have respect and boundaries for ourselves as well. But I said I was going to get this out. I was determined to. I love you so much. I'm sending you so much love and light, and till next time. Good night, family. Or good morning.